Say hi, Elena. Looking sleepy. Me and you both. So today's video will have to be brought to you by me and Elena because Alyssa is working. She's working doing 3 to 11 p.m. so she won't be back till late at night. So it's just me and Elena today. How's that been? It's been a challenge, but when isn't it, you know? I'm not gonna sit here and say that these past 8 months have been a breeze. They've been the most challenging. Notice I'm using that word. I'm not saying hard because nothing is hard. When you say challenge, it implies that you accept it. You feel me? It's a challenge and I accepted it. The moment Alyssa told me I'm pregnant, I accepted it. I told her, we good, don't worry. And this isn't the first time I've been alone with Elena, of course. Oof, it used to be way rougher. But I'm making this video because I was thinking the whole day, not the whole day, but within the last few hours, I was really thinking, you know, is raising a child the most challenging thing any human can do? Universally, like out of all the challenging things any human can do, scaling Mount Everest, going to the moon, eating 100 glizzies, you know, you know, the hot dog challenges, that shit looks hard. I don't know how they don't throw up. That's my mind going off to other places. Anyways, or pie eating challenges. Damn, how you gonna eat that many pies? You probably, I don't know. I'd throw up. My bad. My brain just goes off on tangents like that. But talking seriously, right? Out of anything that you can think of that would appear really challenging, like realistically, of course, because I imagine that fighting a tiger would be pretty challenging, way more than raising a kid. I might have to do this video over because that's my brain is just going haywire right now. Short circuiting. She's entertained. But back to what I was pondering about, right? Is raising a kid the most challenging thing a human can do? And I'm gonna say yes. Look at her, she's falling asleep. She's like, Dad, you boring. I'm gonna say it's super challenging. Way more challenging than anything I've ever done in my life. Way more challenging than anything I've done in my life.
Thank you so much for all your help.
But the very fact that, let me turn this down because I don't know if that TV is interfering with the noise. Way more challenging than anything I've ever done in my life. And I know, I can't speak for Alyssa, but I know this is the same for Alyssa. Because she wasn't feeling good today. She was feeling sick. But she still pushed herself and went to work, you know? She wasn't like fever. She didn't have a fever or anything, but you could see in her face that she even told me, she's like, I'm about to call out. But I told her, make up your mind, feel, you know, because if you call out right now, this might not be the worst of it. So maybe it's better to call out when you're really, you know, going through it as far as the sickness. But I know for both of us it's been extremely challenging. And this isn't like, I'm not gonna try to fluff it up. I know there's many factors that play into it being as difficult as it has been. Because for a while it was just me supporting, you know, as far as income. Like I've said in previous videos, we've had lots of support as far as her family, my family. So Elena has a lot of love around her, right? But this has been mine, Alyssa's, and Elena's journey. So there's been times where I've broken down, and I'm not the type of person to like break down, and cry. But there's been times where I've literally, in private, just cried so hard, and I don't feel embarrassed saying that. Is because once you become a parent, I'm thinking about all this on the go, so my bad if I'm dragging it on. But once you become a parent, you're never prepared for how much of yourself you're gonna have to give up. Everything that you like to do, everything that you wanted to do is gonna have to be on hold for a while. And the thing is, you don't know for how long. You feel me? You don't know. Me, I love to work out. I love fitness. During the pandemic, before Elena, I was just working out. I was the fittest I've ever felt in my life. And post Elena, 8 months in, I've gotten really out of shape. I know to others I might look skinny and stuff like that, but hey, don't let that fool you. I feel out of shape in the sense of like my stamina is a little low. Mentally, I found myself like more vulnerable mentally, whereas before I felt like my mind was an iron trap. But as of late, I could just be at work, right, and I'll think of something like that could happen to Elena, and oh my god, I'll like start tearing up. Like I'll be like, holy crap, like you feel me? I've never felt so vulnerable emotionally, because I've never. Yes, you love your parents. I have sisters. I love my siblings, but the love of a child really is different. Like it's crazy how different it is. It's still love, it's still love, of course, but it's just so different in how vulnerable it leaves you. If anything were to happen to Elena, man, I feel myself thinking about that just because I'm the type of person that thinks about everything. I've just for the very fact that I know we're gonna have to let go at some point. I know at some point I'm a pass away. My parents are gonna pass away. Elena's gonna pass away. And you might think of like that's so negative to think of. Why are you thinking about that, Chris? Like she's only 8 months. But like I said, I like to put my mind through all these tests to develop mental strength. But one of the hardest tests that I can't even see myself overcoming as of now is the fact that I'm gonna have to let go of Elena one day. So that right there is one of the biggest elements that I think makes raising a child one of the hardest things. One of the most, I said the word hard, one of the most difficult challenges you can accept as a parent. I know there's a lot of fathers out there that abandon their kids for whatever reason, and I realize now, I understand them. It sounds crazy of me saying that maybe, but I understand them because I can imagine that. Well, they might not. They aren't able to imagine because they're not going through it. But me having going through it in the process of it, right? You're just not prepared for how vulnerable you're gonna be, how attached you're gonna become to this little beautiful thing right here. You're not prepared for it. You're not prepared for how much of yourself you're gonna have to give up. If you were a person that liked to party, you like to, neglect your health. If you want to be a great parent to your kid, you're gonna have to give up all that stuff. You're not gonna be out partying on the weekends. You're not gonna be drinking. You're not gonna be smoking. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. None of that. And I come from a past where I have done that. And I was leaving all that before Elena. But when Elena came into the picture, all that just went straight out the window. And believe me, there's been times, because I'm a person that drinks when I'm sad. So there's been times where I wanted to drink, right? But I'm not going to do that because I know it's not going to, it's only going to lead me down a crazy dark path, and one that's going to be detrimental to Elena's well-being, you know? So I don't even entertain going down there. But yeah, that's one of the challenging parts, is that you're gifted this happiness, this source of happiness, this source of love that you were never even aware of, you know? And that's a challenge, because now you're gonna have to let go of that love. You're gonna have to protect that love with everything. And when you see how crazy the world can be at times, that shit gets really scary, I'm not gonna lie. And when you see how it's not gonna be a smooth, upwards path, me and Alyssa and Elena, like, we're not in the where we want to be right now, but I give thanks to God that we have been able to have everything that we have. But in this little box, like, I don't want to raise Elena here, but I know that if I don't put my head in the right space, that could be how, that could be what happens, because I come from that. I've 7, 8 people packed in one room type of stuff. But I don't get mad at my parents or anything for that, because that set me up to think different, be stronger. And now that I have Elena and Alyssa, to want to give something more to them, something more than what I had. And I know Alyssa feels the same way. That's why I love her so much, and the fact that she's working right now, and I know doing this night shifts, how she feels right now, being sick and all that, feeling sick. Yeah, I really appreciate her for that, and I know if she watches this, she knows. She knows. I'm not gonna be very difficult, but she knows. We're running on 12 minutes. I'm gonna put her to bed. But yeah, that I guess that's a little rant. I just wanted to make these videos. These videos aren't aimed specifically at anyone right now. I wanted to start this channel. I told Alyssa I wanted to start this channel because I want to have videos, content that we can look back on, that Elena can look back on and see, yo, I come from that, you feel me? I know in this new virtual world, everything is changing. I didn't have this as a kid, but I know I would smile anytime I would see a picture of my dad or my mom as little kids, which is very rare. So I want Elena to be able to see that and laugh at that and just enjoy that, being like, yo, that was you? Like, that was you, Dad? That was you, Mom? You guys, like that type of stuff. And just if I can share any wisdom and learn anything about myself in the process through these videos and this experience as a whole, then, it's worth doing. So I'm gonna leave it off right here. We'll see you later, all right? All right, guys.